Hello and welcome! Welcome to today's live stream tutorial. Today we are going to be drawing Marco Diaz from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, but not the normal Marco, the one where he's from the episode Running with Scissors, because I think that's the more cool version of Marco than the average everyday Marco. So, as you can see, I already started with a rough draft of the pose. There are a ton of poses you can find off of Google for sword holding poses. So for this pose, I'm gonna be having Marco holding his really awesome sword in a very menacing stance. So I already added the muscles and such. I did a bit of adding a couple of teeth. So as you can see what I did with the head here, I use a plus here, so it helps me get a general idea about where the eyes are. I think for this time I'm gonna start with the head first and then work my way down, since I feel like I got the pose just right already, so there's not much to do. Sometimes I tend to go in reverse, whereas finish the body first and then end with the head. I'm giving his hair more of a rugged look. Okay, then we're adding the eyes. His little scar here. And he seems to have like a bit of a, almost like a 5 o'clock shadow. But I guess that can't be helped. At this age, he's probably like 30. Okay, now we're gonna start adding on his sweater. I guess his sweater that also somewhat looks like a cape. So basically, with this kind of, I'm guessing, after a while, you know, he got, it looks like he just cut open like the top, like just the front end of his old sweater, and just lets the rest of it hang from behind him. Which would explain why there's like jagged here. So from his chest, he probably just sliced open like the stomach area of his sweater and just wears the rest of it. Now adding his hoodie back here. Now adding his shoulder pads. Now adding some folds in the clothing here. I'm having his cloth sort of wrap around his body. Okay. And next we'll be adding the abs. Or what do you call it? Abs or pecs? No, abs are like the stomach. Now for his lower section, or no wait. Okay, now adding the folds in his pants. And now he's got a bit of chains that are hanging off the edge here, sides of his pants. Either that's a chain or that's a oh no, wait, never mind, that's not a chain, that's I'm guessing he had to make his own belt. guessing he made himself a rope belt. Some pockets. And it seems he's got a tattoo here. Okay. And now working on the hands here. He's wearing those fingerless gloves. And now doing the other hand here. I think here. Maybe have it look like he's still got a couple of arm sleeves that are still attached to the jacket. Oh yes, and his jacket seems to have like a collar here. These little minute details that are like at the collar here. I don't know what they are. It's just another one of those details that they added to the jacket to make it look cool. Okay, and with that we are good. And we can get started on inking. I start by using my thick tip Sharpie to do the outline. Oh wait, not this one. Here we go, a new one. New Sharpies are better when it comes to having a finer tip when you're using them for the first time. After I don't know, a month, they tend to get a little too round, and then it makes like when you're doing other drawings, those outlines, they get a little, it looks a little too fat and ugly. So since this is the part of the drawing where I may not be talking too much, because I've already explained at least the drawing process, right now during this inking, all I'm doing is just going over all the outlines. I'll talk about what, my opinions of this episode, and I guess other things that's been going on. So yeah, this episode, Running with Scissors, brought to question a lot of things, especially about Marco and that whole relationship that sort of came out during like the final season of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Because it brings the question, since Mark's older than he actually is, like, does he still have feelings for Jackie? Or, oh wait, never mind. I guess he technically did, since he was still like hanging out with her during that episode in the final season, before Star decides to like up and confess her feelings out of nowhere. Another weird question is like, in this universe, like, is it real love or is it sort of like magic love that this whole crush came from Star and Marco? Because it's because if you remember in like an older episode during like the Blood Moon Ball episode, because there was that moon, and so basically the theme of the episode, like one of Star Butterfly's ex-boyfriends tries to get her to fall in love with him by using like the power of the blood moon that help unite whoever's under the red lights of the moon will be destined to fall in love with each other. So that whole so what confused me about this whole Star confessing her feelings to Marco, it's kind of weird, thinking about it, because like, is it a real love, or is it just like magic love? Like, is she just being manipulated by like the magic of the moon or whatever? I mean, it's always sort of like a trope in like most shows where like a boy and a girl who start out as best friends and then end up together at like the end of like the series. But this time it's like hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Okay, never mind, it went away. So yeah, in a universe for Star versus the Forces of Evil, it brings the question, it's like, is it real or is it fake? Fake love? I mean, not fake as in, she doesn't like him. Fake as in, like, it's all manipulation by magic. Kind of like a love potion. So, that'd be an interesting thing that they're gonna, if the writers of the show are gonna bother to talk about it. Or not. Feel free to leave a comment if you also think the same way. If you feel like, this love was, it was meant to be, or maybe it's not real. So other things that's been going on is that YouTube's been giving me a bit of trouble with my latest video, because they decided to change up their video editing tool. Where like for some reason all their free available music, it's now all something else. Or how should I explain it? Basically, like, some music may require you to copy and paste an entire, the copyright of the song, and some music doesn't. So, and now YouTube's basically, in their video editor, they basically made it so it's almost impossible to pick a song that does not have that, or may not have it. I don't know. They made it super confusing, and I was completely unsure what to do at the time. So I spent like a few days just trying to contact YouTube to see, if the music was okay to use, or did I need requirements. But the funny thing was, after when I looked at the music again, it definitely had written on it, on like the far corner, that it was free. So I went like, okay, I'll try it out, and there we go. It's been out for a day, and I guess nothing happened. So I guess the music was okay to use. So silly thing. But who knows? YouTube might just go like, oh, you need to copy and paste this so and so in the description of the video later. So I hope they don't do that. Oh wait, I should probably bring up the live stream. Okay. Okay, now that I have the live stream pulled up, you're free to comment anytime. If you have any questions, or possibly have a suggestion for stuff for me to draw in another video, you're free to comment now, and I'll see it. I'm doing some quick erasing so I can see what has been inked and what hasn't been inked. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly start using my thin tip Sharpie to start doing like the finer details and minor details. I'll start with the belts. Hmm. I'll add a bit of like tone to like to his jacket here. Like I don't want to go. I want to go full black, so that's why I'm just using like this. What is it called? I think it's called like a hay bale. Hay bale. Um, Man, what is it called? It's like similar to a straw house. It's like texture that you would use on a straw house. But you get the idea. It's like 3 or 4 lines, and then have opposite lines on the next row. Oh yeah, another thing that I found interesting about this episode, Running with Scissors, is that since Marco almost basically wanted to stay in that universe, I wonder how the story would have continued by then. Like did Marco actually develop feelings for like Hekapoo, or was it like admiration? Like that could have been its own series by itself. Star basically would have to continue life on Earth without Marco, or have to tell his parents to like, "Hey, Marco just one day disappears for years. Disappeared for 8 minutes, and now he's 16 years old now." Oh wait, there was like another episode where his parents asked Star and Marco if there are like any other dimensional magical mishaps that happened that they don't know about, and they went no. So I wonder how that conversation would have gone and go like, "Hey, mom and dad, it's only been 8 minutes, but now I'm like 30. I have the brain of a 30-year-old." He technically could have just moved out of his parents' house at that point, even though he's got like came back with the same body. He could have done something like start a career. Or maybe not a career. He would just like continue going on adventures or whatever. That'd be something interesting I would enjoy reading. Like a spin-off series of like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Because, once the series is over, companies like Disney will probably enjoy making comics. If a series is like popular enough that they would want to employ somebody to make comics, yeah, I think I would enjoy reading something like that. The Adventures of Marco, Future Marco, or whatever. And then for his pants, I think I'll do like the. What would be good? Mm, Maybe I'll just fill it in. Oh wait, no, I'll do like the separation. I have like bits of white, so that it's not all just like one huge black color on his pants. Maybe add a bit of shine to his buckle here. Maybe I'll use the very fat Sharpie. Let's see how many minutes it's been. Okay, it's been 30. Okay, I'll add a bit of toning here and there to like areas that I believe some shadows will be. I think I'll add a bit of black toning to his gloves here. Okay, I think I'll add a bit of dot tones to the sword here. Okay. Some cross-hatching just on like the back here. And adding little shadows to his abs here. I'm deciding to be a little loose when I do the, this time with the hair tones. I'm adding a bit of like extra toning here. Certain sections of the clothing is being lost under like all of this toning. Maybe add a little toning to his eyebrows. You know what I found weird is they didn't give Marco like a little tiny mustache. That probably would have been gone great with the slight beard that he's got here. Okay, some more racing. There we go. Some minor facial features to make him look older. And there we go. We are good. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. You know, any amount of sharing of any of my videos is greatly appreciated. You know, feel free to leave a comment under this video or any videos in the future of suggestions that I could do for drawing. You know, just like any sort of drawing requests, I'm open to that. You know, if you like something personal done for you, I do have like Fiverr accounts, so feel free to do a special request if you want to do like a color commission or a full body commission, where you can ask to see what sort of pose you want your character to be done. You could even be fan art or whatever. So yeah, check me out on Fiverr. You know, fiverr.com/MuratTunes. So yeah, feel free to check me out on that. You'll find a scanned version of this drawing on my Twitter and or Tumblr or Instagram sometime in the near future. So yes, look forward to that. I'll leave a link to that, or at least to my Instagram, since I find it easier to just upload straight to Instagram instead of like scanning and just finding like the right moment to like upload these drawings or whatever. So yes, Dang, where is it? It's like, it always disappears when I try to, here we go, yes. Feel free to check out my comic, Don the Mask Volume 1 and Don the Mask Volume 2. So, if you enjoy detectives going out, stopping crime, solving mysteries, then maybe this comic is for you. It's sort of like an adventure or whatever. Adventure slash comedy or whatever. So yeah, feel free to check out this comic in the description of my video. So yes, I pulled this up some so you get a good view of the drawing. So yes, thanks for coming out. Hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!